Hi everybody and welcome back to the Galactic Armory. Now this episode of the Mando build series is going to be a little bit different. I'm not going to cover any specific part of the armor, but I wanted to give you guys an update since it is Wednesday, October 28th. Season 2 premieres in 2 days. So I wanted to give you guys an update in case I can't edit all of the footage that I have for both the helmet and the armor. I cover a lot of stuff in those videos, and there's a lot of footage. But I kind of wanted to talk about the project as a whole, where I'm at with it, what you guys can expect in the near future as far as a conclusion to the series, and just, I don't know, some ramblings from me. This will be a little bit more of a different video than what you guys might be used to. So I started this project probably about 2 months ago now, which I felt like I could crank out a whole costume, especially if I was buying some of the parts instead of making them myself. I feel like if I didn't run into half of the setbacks that I did, I would be able to make something that I'm, extremely proud of and can show you guys how I did it. And in the short time frame that I've given myself, I do have something that I can show you guys. The costume is, fully painted, fully wearable. I should have no problem wearing it to Halloween and for the Season 2 premiere. The big gotcha is that I just feel like the armor and the helmet aren't quite up to my own personal standards. Now, when I started this project, I thought I had enough time, but as the days went by, I still felt rushed for about each part of the project. And when you're rushed on a project, you make mistakes. For instance, this happens several times during the process. I would lay down a base coat of paint, wait a day for the paint to dry. The next day I would follow up with, say, a different base coat, like a clear coat or something. And the paints would react in such a way that they would start to crackle and dry out like a dry riverbed. I'll show a photo of what I mean. This happens several times throughout the build. And when this happens, you have to wait for the crackling to dry so that you can sand it down and basically start over. Now, that means waiting another day for your new top coat to dry, sanding it down the next day, repainting your base coat, and then trying to reapply your gloss coat on top of that after you've given it more time to dry. This happened several times throughout the process, and each time it happened, it was just like a real punch to the gut. When you're laying down that paint and you start to see it crackle, and it just hurts because you know that you're in for a lot more work. You've lost a lot of time, and yeah, all that work that you put into it is basically gone. Now, the helmet and the armor that I have now, that I have completed now, I feel are acceptable to wear out in public. A general person would obviously see me and be like, oh, hey, it's the Mando. But I feel like it's not up to my own personal standards. I was definitely rushed for parts of this. I had to use materials that I wasn't really familiar with, and unfortunately they didn't work as well as I hoped. It also took me a few different tries to get my technique down right. Trying out a new paint in the Alumiluster, it takes some time, and if you mess up or if the paint doesn't look right, you kind of have to start over. You have to sand it down and paint over it again. Get your base coat, get your gloss coat, get it all ready for painting again, which can take, 5 days or so. I'm kind of just rambling now, but I do have something that I will share with you guys for the release of Season 2, but I feel like it still needs work. It's, like I said, it's not up to my standards, and I would feel like I was cheating you guys if I put a tutorial out there that was incomplete or led you to a product that was not perfect. I'm still figuring this out a lot as I go. Chrome is just such a tricky thing. It's so much easier with clones. Clones are a good, mostly white and solid colors. When you get to chrome and reflective paints, there's about a million things that can go wrong. And this process has been a huge learning experience for me, but it's also been a really stressful one. This might be a little bit personal, but me, when I'm under a lot of stress, my body has a physical reaction. I start to get really itchy all over, and I get the pins and needles feeling a lot. This was happening a lot when I first started doing this full time, because you have the uncertainty that, oh gosh, what am I doing? This is such a risk. I left a good job to 3D print helmets and do YouTube videos. Slowly that went away as I became more and more comfortable with the day-to-day life of my new life. But this project and this deadline was not really good for my mental health or my mental well-being. It's kind of weird to talk about this stuff to a camera on my computer, but I want to let you guys know where I'm at and keep you guys informed on everything happening in the channel. Now, the plan is I'm going to release the helmet and armor videos as kind of a what I learned video instead of here's how you do it, because there have been a lot of mistakes, a lot of things that I've learned when doing this, and I feel like some of that knowledge would be useful for you guys. Now, what you can look forward to after that, I'm still going to be working on this costume and the helmet. It is almost a guarantee that the Mando's costume will change at some point in season 2. I mean, they changed 3 times in season 1, where he got the Beskar pauldron along with his raggedy armor, the original raggedy armor, and then his new Beskar armor. Now in season 2, we can already tell that he's got a new thigh plate. He's got the jetpack, obviously. So I feel like as the season progresses, he's going to get cooler and cooler armor. So I'm going to have to keep updating my costume regardless. So I want to make it as perfect and something I can be proud of to show you guys and help you guys get there as well. I don't have a definitive timeline for the following videos, and I kind of like that. I won't be rushed to record the videos, work on the helmets, finish them, edit the videos, and upload them to YouTube. This way I can take my time with it. I can get the proper materials. I can wait for them. And I can fail some more, learn some more, and continue to refine my process so that the finished product that I give to you guys is something that actually works. I would hate if I released a video detailing the process that didn't really work. I would hate to lead you guys astray because I know how painful it can be. And like I said, the no timeline, no deadline kind of thing, it's going to be a lot less stressful. So hopefully I'll be able to relax a little bit, take my time with things, make sure that they're right, and make a quality video for you guys. So I guess I'll go ahead and wrap up this video. I just wanted to give you guys, kind of a prelude to the videos that are to come about the helmet and about the armor and about the costume as a whole. Like I said, I will still be working on it. I'll be making the updates to the files for any changes that happen along the way in Season 2. And I'll continue to work on refining my process on the armor and the helmet to a point where I feel really good about them. And I feel that this is the way, get it, this is the way, of making the helmet and armor that you guys can do as well. And with all that said, I just want to thank you guys. Part of me wanted to make this video because I feel like I didn't want to let you guys down. I know that I have an incredible support system between, my family and you guys. And so I felt like I could lean on you guys a little bit just to get through this project, and that you guys would understand that I want to make quality content for you guys, but sometimes that takes time. Sometimes it takes delays, and not everything goes to plan. So thank you all for being so incredible. I've got a lot more ideas for projects after this one, going back to mostly Clone Wars content. Like one project that I thought would be really fun would be a Clone Trooper helmet, but with the Mandalorian paint job. So back to the chrome, but just do a little project for fun. A project that isn't canon at all, but is pretty cool in my opinion. So thank you guys for all your support. It really just means the world to me. I don't know how to thank you guys other than continuing to make quality content for you. So again, I thank you all, and I hope to see you again soon.